here with, look who I'm sitting with in this amazing car, my good friend John.
But it's not a Lamborghini, but it's a Volkswagen.
You know what? This
so
is the best car I've ever been in.
Yeah.
I swear, the history that you just told me about this car is absolutely amazing.
I have a bus out back that traveled with the Grateful Dead for 20 years, so I'm
no
going to have to show
way.
you that.
Are we going to get to see that today too?
Absolutely, you
oh
bet.
My gosh.
Got Deadhead stickers in it and tickets, and the hubcaps have the dancing bears. It's a great story. So we'll start. You're going to get the exclusive. Nobody knows I have it. So
it's me. It's all about me today.
It's going to be all about that. Yep.
Yay.
You may have to pay the price, no pun intended, but we're going to get there.
So John's telling me about this car. When he takes it down to Canyon, it is like a speed demon. We get up to 50 miles an hour.
That's right. Yeah, I have a lawnmower that has more horsepower than this car does.
I love it. I love it. So John, tell me a little bit about. I mean, you've been here for 7 years.
Yes.
About 7 years, but
I'm from El Paso,
from
Texas
El Paso,
originally.
But your home is where now?
Amarillo.
Heck yeah. Tell me why you live Amarillo.
You know, the culture in this town is just so much fun. And I'd heard about it. And Joe and I were friends previously, Mr. Street and family. And then we were in 20 groups together. And anyway, car business wise. And, you know, they were always so successful. And you learned and you see these things and you hear about Amarillo. And you hear about the culture and the people and how much we just love on each other and we take care of each other. And then you move here and then you start something from scratch like we did in a brand that wasn't even here. And then you take it to the levels that we've taken in the national notoriety and the fun we're having with it. And you learn that it's not the brand, it's the people, and it's our employees, and it's the culture that we create, kind of like what you've done.
Well,
right?
you know, my daughter and I came in here, and I mean, from the moment we walked in the door till the moment that we left with a set of keys for her car with you guys, it was amazing. Your staff treated us like princesses. I mean, they were amazing to us. The whole process they made easy. My daughter was kind of devastated because she had had a car wreck.
Yeah.
And your staff just took her under and they just kind of talked to her, walked her through everything. It was just awesome.
You.
So you have an amazing staff. You have an amazing base here. And not only that, you do so much for the community.
You and I both don't have the businesses or get to do the things we do or get and sit and talk like this without this community.
Exactly.
Right? They bring it to us. They allow us to do this. Mm-hmm. So it's only fair. Right. That we would give back, and you do it with such a fun heart.
But you know, that's the thing is we hate that there's ever a need for something like that. But you know that being in Amarillo and the surrounding Panhandle area, this community, all you have to do is say the word, and you have people just coming out like crazy. It's such a blessing, and it's such a good feeling to know. You know, because I was born and raised here, graduated from Paladura, and so it's just to be able to watch, you know, everything that goes on in Amarillo and everything that comes together, and just watching you just do the things that you do in the community, it just warms my heart, and just to see all that you do and give back. I'm so excited that I get to meet you because I want to do some fun stuff with you, because I think with your energy and my energy, we're going to rock out some community stuff.
Let's rock and roll.
Our volunteers may be like, don't give them any more coffee.
Oh, no.
No more energy drinks for them. But I'm super excited about our friendship, and I would love to partner with you and do some amazing things.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be great, and I'm just so honored to be sitting in this cool car with you. And I'm also
you
honored
want to go see the bus?
I do want to go see the bus.
Okay, let's go see the bus.
All right, let's go see the bus, guys.
We're going to go see the bus. So as promised, right, we're going to talk a little bit about this. We want to take you, we consider this our time capsule.
This is amazing. Do you know how excited I am to be here?
This is a 1966 van, right? Okay, I'm going to pull this up just so you guys, want you to see, you know, back in the 70s. Right, still in the 70s, right?
Wow.
So this folded down and made a bed. This thing has been parked since the 90s, but in the 70s and in the 80s, it actually traveled and moved around with the Grateful Dead. So if you're a Deadhead, you can tell us all about the Dancing Bears, the Marching Bears. Everybody has their different name. So he was such a fan of Jerry Garcia, who was the lead of the Grateful Dead. You can see he even traveled to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the Garcias had a dealership so that he could get a Garcia to go on his deal. But this thing spent 20 years following the Grateful Dead. And you're gonna have to get close up on that. But if you're a true Deadhead, that was a hand-done Jerry Garcia. You can see his face, there's the world famous guitar. I don't know enough about it all to know this means something with it, but how's this for a time capsule, okay? Totally untouched from when he lived in it, right?
That is so awesome.
So the 70s, you got your disco ball hanging, you got your lights so you could do it. You can tell by the deal. Yeah.
This is so awesome.
at the concerts, you know, they hang out. They would last all weekend long. And so everybody would hang out and do different things, and that's how the hubcaps got painted. But look at this. These seats, if you get a close up on that all has meaning to the Deadheads. That all doesn't, and then you can see the dash is hand painted.
Look at all that.
So you kind of had nothing to do to sit and do it. It hasn't been washed in like 30 years. The dirt is all still here. So what we're doing is we're doing from the Grateful Dead to a Grateful New Life. If you look, and you can Google and find this van pretty quickly. You can do charmed VW bus. But if you see the word charm, these are all hand painted. So while you waited for the concert that night and they all hung out, I can show you some pictures like from Barstow and different areas. This is what you did during the day.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm just so excited.
So all this dirt, this is exactly how we found her. She really hasn't changed. But the term charm, in the late 70s, they introduced a better engine. And when you got enough money saved up, you put the bigger engine in it. It was almost twice the horsepower. So the term was, wow, it runs like a charm now. So they got named Charmed because finally it would actually climb a hill more than 30 miles an hour and you could be safe. But all of this,
all this detail.
everything hand painted, something off a Bluebird bus, probably was one of the buses from the band at one point. So one last thing that you got to stick your head in there and get a look at is if you can get it on the camera right up here, you can get a picture of this, and if you look, you'll see the backstage passes to one of the concerts still laminated up on the deal.
That is incredible. Okay, so you're going to leave it the way that it is.
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Get it running, right?
Oh, yeah.
So does that mean I get to ride in this?
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
so
did you guys hear that? He said it.
So these years, I mean, like once again, if you're a Deadhead, hopefully they'll respond back to us and explain a lot of this to us.
How
right,
exciting
as we go through it. The wood interior, this was an option that Volkswagen came with later on. So this is real deal. But once again, don't want to touch it. Don't want to change it. Want to keep it just like it is. It's such a time capsule. This bus actually spent a big portion of its life on the set of Back to the Future and other sets. The gentleman that drove it the most and lived in it the most was the stunt double for Michael J. Fox. So it has a really fun history of where it's been, and he's getting the rest of that story kind of put together for us. But they lived in it pretty much, full time when he had to for many, many years out on the road. It'll be on the showroom pretty soon. Somewhere around 90, 91, 92, 93 is when she got put away.
Just when I thought you couldn't get any cooler, here you are.
This is fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is really fun. We love it because everybody always has a Volkswagen story, and we talk about that a lot.
Well, I can't wait to hear more of your story.
Yeah.
But I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So, you want to go over to my place and make some pasta?
Absolutely.
What are we going to?
I'm Italian. What do you mean, man?
Yes.
With the last name Luciano, my father had an Italian restaurant, so we can talk about that.
So, are you going to teach me
called
something?
Chef Tony's. I was the youngest of the 5 kids, and so I learned very little of it, but we can have fun.
I tell you what, my head chef for the restaurant is there today, so let's go hang out with him and let's make something fun. Hey everybody, it's Tonya Price here at Pesquera's Italian Restaurant with my good friend John. We're going to do some fun stuff today. So we are also going to include the head chef for Pesquera's, Juan. So he's going to be in the kitchen with us hanging out.
That's going to be awesome.
I know, I'm so excited. And so you're Italian.
The Juan and Juan.
I know, the Juan and Juan. I mean, this is how it's going to roll, right? And if you're really good, we're going to bring you in tonight and let you be out here serving the guests. What do you think?
I would happily do that.
Heck yeah. But are you going to spill drinks on my guest? That's the only thing.
Not to.
Okay.
I will not guarantee that I will.
I guess if you do, I'll come behind you and make it okay. We'll give away some desserts or something. You got the free water in your lap and some tiramisu. It's a partnership, right? I love it. So we're going to make a chef creation today.
Awesome.
So we'll go back in the kitchen and some of that amazing fresh bread that we do. And then we're going to hang out and make some cool stuff. So we're going to head on back to the kitchen, guys.
Follow up.
Hey guys, look at us here in the kitchen at Pesquera's.
It's Purple Day.
It is Purple Day. Oh wait, we forgot to tell Juan it's Purple Day. That's all right.
Show him one of your bruises. He's got something purple.
No. All right, guys. So we are going to make this chef creation today. We have my head chef for Pesquera's, Juan. He is going to interact with us today. So we are going to start cooking. We got our pan going. It's warming up here. And we're going to tell John here what to do, and he's going to create a dish. It's all you. It's all you.
No, this is like 2 spoons of butter. Right there. 2 spoons. Okay. How much is a spoon? Is that enough? It's right now. No. 2 of these? Yeah.
Juan, you want me to put our chicken down?
Yeah, you can put it.
Okay.
He's Italian, so those are big spoons here.
Too much? Get over here. Yeah. Okay, we're good. We love butter.
Oh my gosh, butter makes everything better.
Look at that.
We love some butter. I have had the best day ever spending this morning with John, doing all the fun stuff over at Volkswagen, getting to sit in the car, seeing the van. You guys, it's just been an incredible day. So it's just, after the week I've had, it's just exciting. So
I thought we were making Chinese food. He said clean.
no egg rolls today. No egg rolls today.
So good. Yeah, maybe.
There you go.
There we go. Put the heat to it, baby.
You gotta shake it up and make some fire. Oh, hey, heck yeah.
Hey,
There you go. Pinch of salt. And what's left goes over your shoulder. And a pinch of pepper.
Pinch of pepper. Now,
Yeah, man. Woo! Heck yeah! That's how we do it up in here.
all right.
Lemon juice.
All right, John, let's see. Oh, heck yeah. Woo! John is on fire. Oh, so that's the cumin?
Not
Cumin.
human.
Not human. There's no humans in this dish.
Careful here. No humans were hurt in the making.
So far. We all still have our eyebrows.
All right. This is so we're going with Popeye special.
Looks like you know what you're doing there, bro.
Okay, now why are we putting the chicken base in there?
Kind of goes along with chicken breast. Okay. So now flour in it. So reduce it actually makes it thicker, right?
Yes.
It kind of sounds backwards.
Yes.
Right?
So, well, yeah, because you don't want to just pour like that liquid on top of it, because then it just looks like you poured water on it. So.
For you gringos, we're making a roux.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, wait, roux.
Rue, where you at? Look at you. We're doing good. We're doing good. We have our chicken down over here in our eggplant. So I'm doing this part for you over here. Penne. It's not pennies. It's penne, not pennies. You still got your sauce going?
All right. And then we'll bring the chicken.
Yes, that we are working on over here. So we have a breaded chicken breast, and we put it down, but we also have our eggplant.
It's fried. Oh, I love eggplant.
So this dish is amazing. Chicken, eggplant, the cheese, and then what did you make over there in that pan?
Juan's broth.
There you go. So you just bring it over here, and you layer it up on top of the pasta, just like that. And then add your cheese to it, because cheese is life. Woo, woo!
That's kind of cheesy.
It is cheesy. It is. So you just pour it on top. Yeah, just let it go.
Look at it melted cheese. Look at
There you go. That is absolute perfection right there.
We're going for melted cheese.
We are. There you go. So then we're just going to add that right on top of it. Kind of go, make sure it's even. Look at that presentation. You are hired. You are hired. Yeah. So we just made the dish, the chef creation, with the head chef at Pesqueras, Chef Lopez, Mr. John, who is now hired, and of course me, Tonya Price. So now the real test is heading into the dining room. We're gonna get us some fresh baked bread. We're gonna taste this bad boy and see what we did. Your fork, right here. Just pick it up. All right. Hey guys, so I am so excited. I've had the best day. I mean, you have no idea. Obviously, one, I'm starving, and the bread just came out of the oven, so you don't know how excited, because yeah, I'm having a cheat day today. So I get the bread and I get the chef creation with my good friend John, and I get to meet his wife Kat tonight. I'm so excited. It was just an awesome experience in the kitchen, because Chef Lopez, helped us out a little bit today. I'll just talk because he's got his mouth full. So I got to go over to his place today and see all the exciting stuff, learn about some history of a van that they have. I'm telling you, it is just the best day. I've kind of had a little bit of a stressful week, so today is just awesome. And so I want to try, do I need the wine? Hey, I'm gonna try this. Here, go ahead.
Ooh, John, how is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, here we go. So we're gonna try this dish. Is it incredible? We're gonna partner up and do some stuff for this community because Amarella is such an amazing place to be.
Yep.
It's what he calls home, what I call home. So we are gonna bring the spirit of Amarella and you guys have no idea what's about to hit. So thanks for tuning in and keep following us. Facebook, follow this guy. We are even gonna put a dish from his dad's restaurant on our menu, so be watching for that. You guys have a great week.
Hello, welcome to Fridays with Friends. This is Brant coming at you with none other than a great artist. I'd say new artist, but she's been singing since she was 7 years old. She's a Texas girl with a fantastic song, a new song, co-written with some of the best songwriters in Nashville. Fantastic lady, beautiful voice, beautiful spirit, and a beautiful lady. Her name is Sha'Vonne. How you doing, Sha'Vonne?
Hi, I'm doing good.
You know, Sha'Vonne, I was listening to your song this morning, A Story to Tell. And boy, you've got a story to tell that we're going to get into. So happy that you're using your talents to inspire people and to encourage people. That's what Fridays with Friends is all about. It's what the chat's about as well. And we get to interview people from all over the world, just showing the commonality we have because we're people.
Right.
And I grew up in the mix. My friends were the Chicanos and the brothers and the Asians, and we celebrated each other. We didn't have this nonsense going on. So, we were proud of who we were and who each other is. And I long for those days. A lot of Americans still feel that way, but you don't always see it on the media, but you see it on this media. And so we're happy to have you, Sha'Vonne. One of your earlier influences and inspirations was Michael Jackson. When you started to sing at age 7, why were you drawn to him? I've got a few ideas, but tell us.
You sit down in front of the television and everything about the songs, the movement. And even as I got a little older and you would see the concerts and people are crying and concerts, I was like, that's the way people should feel when they leave your concert. Like literally you're taking them on a journey that they would never go on unless you take them. So I'm like, that is exactly how the people should feel when you step off a stage. Like you have done your job.
Well, you love Michael Jackson, as do I. And, the world misses him. There will never be another Michael Jackson. Same thing with Prince, too. But, Michael was able to mesmerize audiences. He mesmerized you as a little girl. Something else besides being mesmerizing and an incredible innovator and artist is the fact that he really wanted to bring change in the world. And that's your heart, too.
Yes. And that's one of the main things in his music. It was always any album that I can remember. There was a song that was for the world to bring about change. Like even when I think about the song, it doesn't matter if you're black or white or world. I mean, every album was geared towards the world. Literally, you could feel his in every song that. Pretty much every song he wrote, but when he wrote those songs, you could feel his heart. You
got me wanting to sing Black and White. Oh,
Hey, you got it too.
Oh, man. Well, I got some soul. Don't let this fool you.
Love it.
The artists that you have opened up for are incredible too. Some of my favorite, Peebo Bryson, James Ingram. You've even opened up for Darlene Zschech, Hillsong. Color Me Bad. I think we talked about this morning. I was there the night they were discovered. They were almost booed off the stage because it was a Bon Jovi concert. They came up to Bon Jovi in Oklahoma City at the Marriott and sang for him. And John Bon Jovi's a good guy, and he gave them a shot, just put him up on stage before he came on, and they were renamed. I think they were like the 501 Blues group or whatever. Then they renamed themselves Color Me Bad and took off, like crazy, and you opened up for them. But you also written with some fantastic songwriters, some of the best, that along the likes of Newsboys and Audio Adrenaline and Carrie Job. How was that process writing with those writers?
It was an amazing process. It was a 3-day process. We wrote, and it was different writers, but we wrote 6 songs in 3 days. So we just went there and I was able to just lay it all out, my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings, and we just went to work. They felt everything I felt. So it was nice to be in a room with people that could understand and felt mutual. The feeling was mutual. So it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard to get them to understand what I was thinking and feeling and going through. So it just immediately worked. And that's how we were able to get what we got done in 3 days.
Well, I know they love you. And one of the things that I understand they were taken with in a good way was your transparency, because your song Story to Tell comes from a person who has a story to tell. You know, this morning you alluded a little bit to it too on the chat, that you were on the brink. Tell us what happened.
I was pretty much recruited at a time where I've always sang in church. So at the time I was in church and I was singing, but at this particular moment, I was not in church and I was not singing Christian music. It was secular music. And this beautiful woman saw me performing somewhere, and then she saw me another place again, and come to find out she's a pastor of, this amazing church, this, mega church. And for whatever it was she saw, I'm very grateful. She saw what she saw. She recruited me in, and eventually, it took me a while to decide to want to do it, but eventually she brought me in. And knowing everything that I was struggling with during the time and going through as a single mom, and had been through, relationships, hurt, just abuse, she still allowed me a chance to heal, and literally heal by doing what I love to do, but then now doing it for God. So that's just a small part of the story. But
well, out of your test comes your testimony, and out of your misery comes your ministry. I was raised by a single mom. My father had died, and it was rough. It was rough. People don't understand that, and there's an epidemic of fatherless homes, and so there's a whole lot of people that will respond to your wonderful song anyway. But especially, I didn't know that you're a single mom. That's new, But man, I identify with that, and single moms are sacred, And so I'm just proud of you for using your journey and your triumphs over tragedies and speaking into the lives of people. That's what it's really all about.
yes.
Some of the best works, the best songs, the best books, the best poems come from a place of brokenness. They come from a place of tragedy or pain. Mm-hmm. And you can either let that pain destroy you, or you can let it fashion you like a sword, so to speak. I'll never forget hearing a quote that the same wave that can destroy you can take you out to sea. Yeah. And it looks like you are taking your energies and you're putting them into brilliant music, such a well-written song with a great hook, a story to tell. And tell us specifically about that song when you were writing that, if you would.
It's funny how when we wrote the song, I was just at a place where I was longing for people to see me, for who I am and not what they think, and, stereotypes and things. But then when I look at it today, fast forward it to today, I still feel that way. But now it also taught me a lesson, like the song taught me a lesson, that I also need to see people, let down walls and see people for who they are versus what I think. And so, of course, now we can look across the world and just see, what's going on in the media, what's popular to put on. Yeah. And I think the song is still just as relevant as it was then, probably even more so today, but that was my desire, to just write something from my heart, just purely from my heart, that as much as I want people to see me for who I am, put aside, what you think, I also needed to put aside what I think and see people for who they are. And that was just that was my desire then, and still my desire now.
Well, you hit the mark, Sha'Vonne, because you definitely took me back to a better place. There's nothing like music to take you back to a better version of yourself many times. And sometimes some music takes you back to a worse version of yourself. but inspirational music can take you back to a better version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And, being in the media, it's been hard seeing journalism die and activism begin. Mm-hmm. It's rough when it's safe to say that the media is responsible for most of what you're seeing right now, when all you have to do is go back to the good stories or focus on the good people, focus on the incredible harmony that is happening in our country that never gets reported. And part of the lyrics in your song I heard this morning, and tell me a story, and basically just take me back to the good times, because when we do that, we're inspired to write our own script, to make our own story, to have our own story to tell, and to inspire people that wherever they are, regardless of their circumstances, they're writing their own movie, and it can be good or it can be bad. And I'm just so thankful, Sha'Vonne, that you use your amazing voice, your sweet spirit, and your beauty to point people in the right direction. What do you want to accomplish more than anything right now with your music?
I definitely, once again, just looking at where we are in the state of the world, I want them to know that there is a God, and there is a God who loves. And how does he love? He loves through people. He loves through us. And so I want to push that out into the world, because you look around, so many people are hurt, so many people are broken, so many people don't know where to turn. And
right.
I want that message to always be there, a message of peace, a message of love, joy, all those things that we're supposed to think on. I want to be able to push that out in my music. I want that to always be the message. When people leave my presence, I want them to leave lifted, feeling inspired, knowing that the best is yet to come.
Artists like these are rare these days. And so, again, on behalf of Fridays with Friends, Sha'Vonne, thank you for coming on. We can't wait to hear what's next with you.
Thank you so much for having me.